This video is sponsored by DistroKid. Release as much music as you want to for one price per year, which starts at $22.99. But with the link that's on the screen, it's also in the description box below. You'll get 7% off your first annual membership, no matter which tier you pick. Thank you very much to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. Don't delay and start releasing your music today. So I've had a question about the RC-10R. The question read out, am I missing something, or is there a way to have the settings in a global way so you can have the same settings across all 99 memories? And it's a great question because one of the things about the RC-10R is you can't set them as global settings. However, there is a way to do it. Now, I've said this in a previous video about the way you save your settings. So for this example right now, I've got program number 1 with the cajon, the acoustic, and it's set at 100 beats per minute. If I move over to different ones, you can see they're all pretty much on funk 8-beat 1. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some changes to program number 1. So for example, we're going to put this at 120. We're going to have this as acoustic and it's going to be as a cajon, and that's fine. And you can see I've actually got this as track 1, track 2. So if I go into the menu and if I go into rhythm and loop, we're going to go to sync switch and turn that on. So that goes blue. So therefore we can sync them together. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the reverb level. And let's bring that down to about 35. And then the intro's on. The rhythm play mode is pattern 1, then pattern 2. That's what we want. I'm going to go measure end and then an ending. So then if I then press this to end, it'll give us an ending as well. I want this in record dub play, not record play dub. We're in parallel mode. So what we could do is we could put these into series mode. So this is a verse and a chorus scenario. Then our track level is going to be set at 95, and same for track 2, just so the vocals cut in a little bit more. Now that's track level. You can always adjust them here as well. So now I've got this set up the way I want. I'm going to click menu and exit together, and this will write it to the memory, and we're going to write it to number 1, and that's fine. Now if you've got any other songs that are like this where you want it in a verse and a chorus, and you like the way you've got that set up, now what we can do is we can use this as a template. So that's me set up for verse and chorus. The next one I'm going to do on number 2, and this is where I can use the 2 loops together, so I can use them a bit like an RC-500, so I can play track 1 and track 2 together at the same time. We're going to change this over, so this is now going to be at 100 beats per minute, still 4/4, and then we're going to use this with pop, and we're going to go 8-beat 2, just so it's different. And then we're going to go into the menu, and then with the rhythm and loop menu, what I'm going to do with this one is, let's go back over, and this one is going to go into parallel mode. So you'll notice on this one, you can see loop level is 100. So we'll bring this down again to about 95, and then this one about 95 as well. I want this one to be pattern 1 and then go into pattern 2, and that's fine. And then it's measure end and then ending. What I want this to be, just to be different, is loop end and ending, and that's fine. So I'm making all the changes I want, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press menu and exit, write, and this is going to write to pattern 2. So we've got 99 memories, and then we've obviously got pattern 1 there. And then if I go into this now, if I go into menu, rhythm loop, and have a look, you can see that it's got measure end and ending, series mode, which is how we want it, a verse and a chorus. And then we've got all the settings we want on program number 1, on memory number 1. Memory number 2, you'll notice now this switches over. It's not in sync mode. And then if we go into the menu and go into rhythm and loop, you'll be able to see all the settings are different because this is what we've used. This is the kit we're using. We're not in sync mode and everything else. So what I've done is I've set up 2 patches. Now you don't have to do this on memory 1 and memory 2. I'm just doing this here. Some people have done this before where they've set it up on memory 98 and memory 99. And this is your template. So then what you do is you find the sounds you want, you use this as a template, you create a new song, you put all the loops down, and then when you click menu and write, and click write again, it's now asking you, where do you want to put this? Now, most people just bash through this, but what you can do is go, actually, I need this on memory number 10. So if I go memory number 10, it's executing that now, and you'll now see we've jumped over to memory number 10. If I go back over to memory 2, memory 2 is empty, it doesn't have any loops on it. Imagine memory 10 did, and then now this is your template to start all over again. Most people turn around and go, I want it set up the same across the 99 memories, and you can do this, but it's not done in the way you think. So as I say, memory number 1, is now 120 beats per minute. It's on the cajon, on the acoustic. It's in series mode, so it goes from track 1 to track 2. And if I make a loop, or if I make a song go, right, I'm happy with that now, I'm going to go memory and write it to the memory, and it's now asking me, right target, where do you want to put it? I don't want to put it on memory number 1 because I'm going to keep that empty, and then that way I can put this on memory number 5. Let's do it there. So now on memory number 5 we've got this, and if we go back up to memory number 10, there's our other one that we saved earlier. Don't think that because you've got it on memory number 1 and memory number 2 that you have to then use them and then you have to go back to square one again. Get your settings the way you want them on your memories, maybe 99 or maybe 98, and then just remember which one's which, and then you can just go to that one, make your loop, make your song at home or in the studio, whatever you're doing, and then save it to somewhere else. When you then go back to memory 99, it's got all those settings, but without the loops, it's without the actual audio on there. So then you can start off fresh on a brand new track. The downside on the RC-10R is you can't rename a memory. It comes up like this. It doesn't have a name. So that's the only real downside. Now, if you are using the RC-10R to make music and you found this video useful, then give this a thumbs up. And if you like a couple of my videos, I do have a playlist all about the RC-10R. Maybe subscribe to the channel as well, and then you'll know when I make a new video about this looper. And have a look at this playlist, because I'm building this playlist all about the RC-10R to showcase what it can do and how it's a little bit of an underdog in the Boss looping world.